Oh, hey, hello, it's me, Will Byers, and I'm gonna do a magic trick for you where I cry the whole time during all of Season 5. I hope you like the trick. Stay tuned for more while I talk about the weird stuff going on in Season 5. For real, what the fuck is going on in Season 5, brother? What's going on? Let's find out together. By the way, I know this is a really shitty, this is not Will's hair. Maybe if I do this, I look cute. How about that? Nah, this is just, I'm actually bald. If you stay to the middle of the video, I'll show you a secret. I'll show you what it looks like underneath. But this wig's from my Lord Farquaad costume that I did for Halloween and Dragonsteel this year. So, there you go. Let's talk about the weird time stuff. Like time skip that's going on in Stranger Things Season 5. And now I look like if Eddie and Dustin had a baby. The square root of pi is D&D! Let's talk about the weirdo time stuff that's going on. What's strange about this is that from Season 4 to now on my eyebrow, there's been a 1.5 year and a half little just time of emptiness where everyone had a lot of time to do a lot of stuff. And I feel like when we got to Season 5, everyone was in a coma, just like Max. They were all sleeping in their bed. And then they had a nightmare, a daymare, and they woke up, and it was Season 5. And everyone was exactly the same as they were before. Whoa, bro. I'm the same guy as I was. I'm the same girl as I was. What do I even have down there? I don't know what that is. But it's weird. I mean, you got things where Elle doesn't seem to grow in any way. Dustin's like an angry boy. You got he's fighting Harrington. It just doesn't make sense. And, you know, Nancy's like she's like a pro boss girl, like marksman now, and she can just do anything because she's the best one. She's powerful, more powerful than everyone. And my least favorite character in the entire show hasn't learned a goddamn thing. He's learned all of what that little smelly air that comes out from between these little cheeks right here. Like this. Like this. Ooh. Pretty much. So let's go ahead and let's just dive into the characters. We're gonna start with Elle. Oh boy, Elle. Okay, so 11 went from this to this. It was heavy a lift. Good thing I could flip a car in Season 1. Man, how did they do this stuff? It doesn't make any sense. Well, it's weird because, like, I mean, I don't even understand how she was able to beat Henry in the first place. If you're flipping cars in Season 1 and you're struggling to lift a metal plate in Season 5 when you should have had, like, all this growth the whole time, but instead you're being a track star. You gotta run, you gotta do little side jumps and jump and spin. So you land and get that perfect timing. Right, Dad? My name's Hopper, don't call me Dad. My daughter passed away already. You're not my kid, but I think you're my kid, so therefore, I'm your dad now. Who holds you back constantly and won't let you actually grow as a character or a person, and you have mind powers. And because you have mind powers, I'm gonna make you, my not daughter, do flippies and track star things. Next up, chop, time to get on that shot put, baby. And next we're gonna do 15 pumps on the swings at the playground. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to watch the Jesus Christ of this show turn into what she is now. It doesn't make any sense. But let's go on to her
her biggest reason of why she is not growing. And no, I don't mean the Bruffer brothers. I don't mean them, even though it is their fault in the end. But I'll show you the real culprit, the real villain behind why 11 doesn't seem to be able to do anything now. And what do you know, guys? It's Hopper. Hopper is the biggest downfall to 11's growth and or anything she wants to do in life. Because he knows that she's this badass who can do pretty much anything. But like I said a second ago, he's like, man, you're so good and so strong that I'm not going to let you do anything except for track star things, because you're going to be the next Usain Bolt, baby. That's what you're going to be. By the way, I'm going to put on a bomb and blow myself up. I don't know why I'm talking like Trump for this, because Hopper doesn't sound like Trump. But no, he doesn't seem to really... He's kind of like that character where I'm just kind of like done with him. I'm over Hopper, and I have been for a little bit. It's one of those things where he's like, I mean, it's like, man, I was a military guy. I was a grunt. Like he's telling the dude who is not a grunt that he knows what grunts look like because he was a grunt, but this guy's not. Therefore, this Hopper who is a grunt can somehow get tortured by Russians for a long time, and his mind never breaks because grunts never break, because bitches get stitches, okay, idiot? Alright, okay, my name's Hopper, and I'm the strongest guy around. Also, I was in the military, and then I retired from them, and I became a cop in a town where nothing happens, okay? That's why I'm so good at taking out current military personnel, and no one can beat me, and I'm stronger than all of you, okay? Even my daughter with mind powers, okay? The end. Yeah, Hopper sucks, man. I don't know why. He's the type of character where I'm like, if he gets unalived in the final episode, I won't be. Frankly, I won't be too sad. He just sucks, man. He just sucks. Alright, so let's talk about Dustin, my dad. One of my dads, you know? He was so cool, and I miss Dustin. There's something, I feel like Dustin was... He was torn apart, and it sucks. Like, so, and that's what comes with the time skip thing here, too. Going back to Hopper and 11, time skip did nothing for them, or the whole 1.5 years of nothingness. Same with Dustin. He had like a year and a half to mourn over his friend that I feel like he didn't know too well, but at the same time, hey, I understand. Everyone mourns differently. I have personally lost friends, and it fucking sucks, dude. It sucks. And I'm not trying to cheapen anyone's death. Sorry, this hair. Oh, my dad's hair keeps getting in my face, dude. But not trying to cheapen death or anything like that. But I feel like he's had time for his friends to, like, kind of move in and be like, hey, dude, like, we're your best bros, brother. Hey, brother, we're your best brothers, brother. And, like, they should have been there for him and helped him through his grief and his mourning, because, like, duh, they can see it. Like, they even say it in Season 5. They're like, oh, man, Dustin sure is being a weird guy. Yeah, I know, isn't he? He is being a pretty weird baby boy. Well, I guess it's nothing. That's what it just seems like. So it's like, man, you guys really aren't very good friends to be able to see that your friend is currently not doing well. And he hasn't been, apparently, for 1.5 years. He gets bullied and all that biz, and you, like, stick up for him. Yeah, you gotta stay away from my friend, brother. But then after that, it's like, okay, see you, Dustin. I'm gonna go, there's been this chunk of poop in between my butt cheeks forever now, and I gotta get it out. I don't have time for you right now, okay? I feel like the only person, I know this wasn't shown on screen, and I bet you anything, I'm willing to bet $1 trillion vajillion that Harrington tried to reach out to Dustin during this 1.5 years time span. And Dustin was like, nah, I'm fine, bro. I'm the smartest guy in class. And Harrington probably tried, and he was just blown off again and again to where he's probably like, okay, dude, freaking fine, dude. And that sucks. I mean, I miss Dustin being Dustin. And I'm glad that something happened to where he's like kind of coming back, but man, his like outbursts and all these things where he's fighting Harrington to where he like punches him, like, okay, dude, okay, this is GameChops. This is not Dustin. Don't do that to my Dustin, okay? Oh, don't do that to my dad, okay? All right, well, let's move on to Harrington, because I will say this right now. Harrington has had the most character growth in the entire show. Harrington. I feel like Harrington has had he's the only person in this entire show who's experienced actual character growth. He goes from being the mega ultra douchebag to being like, everyone's like, they depend on him because he is a very brave individual. He goes in and he doesn't have to. He puts himself in situations where he does not have to. He could have been, hey girl, you wanna go on a date and show me how to master debate so I could beat anyone? Yeah. But no, he was like, you know what, my friends are in trouble. This girl I used to love is in trouble. So he gets involved with these people around him and he cares about them. He acts like, I'm a cool guy, I don't have to care. But he cares through his actions because he shows his love through his actions. He didn't have to like stick up for Max. He went in there and got his ass whooped and licked. He didn't have to do that. He could have been on his merry little way. But no, he stood up for children. That's pretty cool. Say what you want about Harrington. Douchebag, this and that, but he is a hero in this show. He is the most badass character in this show. Like I said, his growth goes from douchebag who only cares about himself to heroic character who cares about everyone without needing to say it. So I feel like that's huge. And he is the only person who has truly been there for Dustin during his hard times. He was the only person who could finally break him and get him to talk to him and actually feel the feelings that Dustin needed to feel. That is fucking awesome. I think that's cool. We all need a friend like that. And that's a very special person to have in your dang life. And like, even when Dustin was fighting him and all these things, Harrington was like, whoa, dude, what are you doing, man? Stop. He didn't like try and hit him back after he got punched in the face. He didn't do anything. He let this kid feel his feelings and was there for him because they're best friends, dude. We've seen these dudes be duding it up for a little while now, dude, okay? All right. Okay. And I was glad to see that they were like, if you die, I die. Okay. Oh, yeah? Well, I'll die if you die. Okay. All right. What about her? Are you going to die? She's like, I'm just a camera lady, okay? Golly, I don't want to fucking japers, okay? I'll fart on you. That's about it. But, yeah, like I said, Harrington's the best. He's the best character in the show. Sorry, you don't like that? No, sorry. Let's move on to Nancy. Oh my gosh, she drives me crazy. I'm a journalist girl who's also a master marksman, and I can outshoot anybody. Also, I'm the boss girl. I can tell grown men who have more life experience and espionage experience than me. But, okay, alright. So I'm the boss, alright? Don't forget it. Or I'll look at you like this. I'll do the old tight lip. Like a mother. She just like, she grinds my gears. She's that girl that like, she just was like, I want to do everything and I can do everything. It's like, no, you fucking can't. You can't. Not because you're a woman or anything like that. It has nothing to do with it. For me, it's like, who are you and why are you, who gave you a gun? Who put a gun in your fucking hands? I honestly think this. I know people are probably gonna be like, no, you're a stupid idiot, freak. I think that if a character is dumb enough to not think at all with their brain, with the mushy pink wrinkled thing in their brain, she doesn't have any wrinkles on her brain if she's doing this. Okay, we see this like electrically charged like ball sphere thing in the sky. We can tell that because Jonathan, plank of wood, threw something at it and it had a reaction, obviously. You know what? I'm gonna shoot it. Kablooey! Instead of regrouping with Harrington and Dustin, like, what the fuck? Like, how? And especially if it's like, I can't understand, I'm on the walkie-talkie. And no big deal, I'm gonna shoot it. Bam! That is incredibly stupid, and I think that earns you a character death right there. If you're gonna be that stupid, you need to be punished for that. She's a Mary Sue, just like her mom. Oh yeah, her mom gets slashed in the throat and all these things, and somehow she can outrun teenagers to an area, beat them there while carrying an oxygen tank, and then walk out. So she got there and then walks out of the smoke like. So it's like, okay, how did you do that? Do you guys know how she beat us here? How did she do that? Yeah, Nancy and her mom, they're Mary Sues that just make absolutely no sense. Their characters are. Well, I think you got Mike and Jonathan, and they're just. Whoop-de-doo. They're kind of like planks of wood at this point. They just can't. Yeah, great. But, I mean, hey, Lucas is doing pretty well. I mean, he's showing like, I mean, dude, he has stuck it out for Max the whole time. He loves her. That's super cool. He plays that ding dang song I've heard 30 billion trillion times, and that's pretty awesome. I mean, granted, she walks when she should sprint as fast as possible with poop in her pants. I don't know how she's not sprinting to do anything other than run around inside her mind trap. She sprints and does all this bullshit the whole time while she's stuck in her mind prison, and the only time she doesn't sprint is when the egress is staring her in the face, and she's like, nah, I think I'll walk. Now I think I'll trot. Now I think I'll jog, and holy fuck, I'm sprinting now. Like, I don't get that at all. And I don't really like that trope anymore that they do in these shows where it's like, where the audience has to be like, why am I smarter than you? Why won't you fucking run, you dumb dringle? I don't like that. I'm kind of over that trope. Like, I would like our characters to be smart and like do things realistically. So, I don't know. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be about Lucas. My bad. So here's a video of him running on all fours. Wow. What a champaroo. Yippee. Whoa. Alright, let's get to the real crux of the whole thing here. Will is a fucking. He is. I don't even know what to do with this kid anymore. He has been I mean, yes, I know he got kidnapped as a child. Horrific. And all these things have been happening to him and all this biz throughout the entire show. But, gosh, his hair is getting in my face, dude. What does he do? I mean, you give him power, and then you're like, oh man, he can do anything now. You're a sorcerer. You're like a sorcerer now, bro. Whoa, bro. But you give him that power, and you freaking Vegeta him. You do this thing where it's like, I'm the strongest one here, and then boom, gets his ass kicked instantly after he gets the power he needs to finally be badass. Ah! You can't do that to a character. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna freak out, dude. It's in my mouth. But yeah, you can't give a character power and then immediately strip it away and make him a baby again. You can't do that. I don't want to see Will cry for the 40 billionth time either. However, I mean, it could be interesting that like maybe the reason Will is like such a little crybaby all the time, maybe he's like maybe he's the villain the whole time. Maybe he's like the secret villain that he's in plain sight. And he's pulling like a whole Yoda thing where like in Star Wars where Luke was like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you like this, man? And then Yoda ends up being a fucking Force Jesus. Oh yeah, pulling ships out of water. That's, oh yeah, hello Captain, my captain. I don't know. And then the whole fucking thing where it's like, okay, guys. Yeah, let me just show you. Everybody, I just want to gather everybody around. I'm not gonna cry again, but I might. But I just want to let you know, I don't like girls. That's right. I want a dingus here, and I want a dingus right here. I'll take the very first one. Mike, would you like to go first? Do you see what I mean? Why would you? You're talking about the end of the world and all these things, and oh no, the world's ending right now. But I'm I don't like girls, and I never did. I don't get why you would do that. And I know that everybody is making fun of this episode online. Everyone is making fun of it. I'm not saying anything new here. But it just goes to show you, like, why the fuck would you do that? Why would you do that? It's dumb. It's cringy as fuck. I don't know. I'd rather watch, like, a mom and her daughter at the store picking out Cheerios, brother. Cheerios and fruit snacks. And then her looking at the price and being like, wow, in this economy? Wow, gee whiz. Look at this, Gunther. The prices have skyrocketed. Gee whiz. Like, I'd rather see that than what the fuck we just had to witness to Will. Dumb. It's gay. God. Leave it in, as Papa Meat says. I don't know. All in all, I honestly feel like at this point, you need to have a season 6, or you should have made season 5 a little bit longer, because you can't just like introduce brand new concepts like wormholes and like there is a completely other dimension and that the upside down is the in-between. It's the dildangus between the butt and the peep. Like you can't do that and expect us to be like, oh yeah, I'm taking notes right now and it's the end of the fucking entire show and I gotta cram all this bullshit in my ass now. You can't do that. You cannot do that. It should have been something that was like talked about last season, or like I don't get why we didn't get to see like the mind flayer more. They just were like, Vecna's the bad guy, Vecna's the bad guy, Vecna's the bad guy. That's all you're gonna see. There's not gonna be anything, like nothing else. Like I would have liked to have seen to like build up this like final battle even more, because you're like, whoa, bro, like Vecna's not even the fucking bad guy. Like the only time we actually get that is when you finally see the Dark Crystal Castle at the very end of the most recent episode, where it's like, okay, if you take a closer look, it looks like a molting spider right now. So the main villain's gonna be like a giant fucking spider, and like he's inside of it, and there's a heartbeat and teeth and all this biz. Like, why are you showing me this at the very end of the show when you could have very easily at least given me something to be like, whoa, dude, this is gonna be crazy. What are they gonna do? But you got a handful of kids, an old war hero, and a girl who can somehow take out military personnel while showing zero time on shooting a gun whatsoever. She has zero gun training besides that one scene with Jonathan. I still can't get over that. It still just like plagues my fucking mind, dude. I don't understand how that works. But also, where do the Demogorgons come from? Where do the Demagogs come from? Like, remember that? I can't remember what season it was, but there's a scene where it shows like these eggs and the Demodogs or whatever the hell, they're hatching out of the eggs. What the fuck laid those eggs? What laid them? I don't understand that. Like, you can't just like show me that and be like, I'll show you at the very end. Don't worry, brother, I'll show you at the very end. It's mother licking chicken, not good idea. Okay. Alright. Duffer Brothers, Brother Drungles, you guys are grounded. You go on timeout for 2 days. Go sit on the toilet for an hour. Until you stop talking, until your asshole stops talking shit. And I know the episode's going to be like 2 hours, but that is not enough time to have all these introduced concepts and all these things, and have it just be like, and a hing a dang, it's done now. Stranger Things is over now. The end. I don't know. I guess we'll see on New Year's Eve. Anyway, the video's over now. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here right now. Go away. Oh yeah, I said I'd show you a surprise. Ah!